This is one of the most important concepts, a guide to a better life.
Money mindset.
This is Millennial Money Mindset. If you want the fruits, you need the roots. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is one of the most important concepts that's actually out there. So Maslow essentially did things differently. He had a different mindset. So he was a psychologist, and rather than looking at what makes people ill and their mental health, he took it from a different point of view. He looked at what is successful. So he looked at, essentially, he studied people that were happy, that were successful, that had done a lot with their lives, and essentially he took it from a different point of view, whereas other psychologists like Freud and those types of people looked at the mentally ill and the people who are not necessarily essentially having trouble with their lives. So he took it from a different mindset. So we're going to go through the pyramid, which you might be familiar with already, and stay right to the end, because there's actually one most important concept, or the most important stage of this pyramid, that most people leave out or haven't actually got to this point before. And when I didn't even realise this until I was writing my book, Millennial Money Mindset. If you want the fruits, you need the roots. And it wasn't in his original book. He wrote it just before he was about to die, and it wasn't published originally. So this is super important, and a lot of people haven't seen this yet. So we're going to reveal this at the end. So let's get right into it. So please like, please subscribe, please tell one person about Millennial Money Mindset. If you want the fruits, you need the roots. So yeah, essentially it's a guide to a better life. So we're going to go through the pyramid quickly. Why is it so important? So it gives you essentially like a stepping stone to getting better life. So essentially, what's the purpose of life? It's having more time with your friends and family, having kind of more happiness, or essentially having more freedom, or doing what you want out of life. So it's essentially, this is like a stepping stone. Each stage is like a stepping stone to get there, and essentially it's helping improve your life at home. So yeah, it's super relevant, and it's super important to understand this concept. So I think we get like a ladder. So each step is like a ladder that once one section is accomplished, you can move up to the next section. So once one need is fulfilled, a higher, more complex need emerges the next stage. So think of it like a ladder. You're climbing up the ladder. So at the bottom, you've got the real basic needs. So like water, air, food, kind of sex, and the kind of the body needs. So this is the kind of the very basic needs that once these needs are filled, then the kind of higher needs are kind of revealed. And the next higher needs are things like safety. So do you have somewhere safe to sleep? Do you feel safe in your job? Do you feel safe at home? Do you think you're going to get broken into? And these are kind of real important needs. And the next need up is kind of belonging. Do you feel like you belong somewhere? Do you have kind of a circle of friends? Do you have a family network? Or do you have a network at work that you feel comfortable with? That's the next level up. And then you kind of get to another level up, is the esteem. So kind of achievement. Do you have that kind of esteem, or have you achieved anything in life? And what have you won awards, or do people appreciate the work that you're doing? And that's the next level up. And then what a lot of people think is the final need is what they call self-actualization. So self-actualization is essentially becoming the best version of yourself, where you are doing the work that you're naturally good at, your natural talents. Kind of you're rewarded for doing your natural talents. So this might be, if you're really good at art, it might be creating art. It doesn't even need to be necessarily your paid job. You can do this as a side hustle, or you can do this as a hobby. But it's kind of feeling that you're doing the best work that you can do, where you can make the greatest contribution. So that's the kind of the pyramid that we think about. The final need is what they call self-transcendence, which sounds a bit kind of hippie and a bit kind of woo-woo, but it's super important. And essentially it's doing something for others. So essentially it's doing something that's going to give back to society, give back to the world. This might just be creating vegetable patch for your community. This might be raising a child. Policy that's going to actually change the world. So this is the kind of the peak of the pyramid, and essentially giving back to society. So yeah, let's go through those quickly before, like, so at the bottom of the pyramid it's like your body needs, then it's your safety needs, then it's kind of belonging, then it's esteem, then it's self-actualization, and then at the top it's like self-transcendence. And you can fall down any of these rungs of the ladder quite quickly. So even if, say, coming back to the body needs, if you're super hungry, then it doesn't matter if you're, I don't know, giving back to the world. If you're hungry, you're going to be thinking about hunger the whole day. You're going to be really hangry, and you're going to be like upset that you're not fulfilled within your stomach. So you have to feel each need in turn, and it's essentially like a stepping stone, like a ladder almost. This is one of the most important concepts, Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Money mindset.